Hi, everyone. I'm Danielle Dietrich. I'm an attorney that works with disadvantaged business enterprise and airport concession disadvantaged business enterprises, also known as DBEs and ACDBEs, on all matters involving their certification. And I'm here today to give you an update on the recertification process that was ordered by the federal government in the interim final rule. Please, if you like this video, please hit like and subscribe down below. This will help me grow the channel, and please also share it with your contacts and friends who may be interested in the content. So, to give an update, as you very likely know by now, every single DBE or ACDBE out there needs to go through a reevaluation process involving the submittal of a personal narrative and a personal net worth statement. And the personal narrative must talk about how you've been socially and economically disadvantaged, but it may not cite examples based on sex, race, or ethnic origin. And this is the big kerfuffle because the program has long had presumed disadvantage for people of certain ethnic backgrounds as well as women. So everyone's scrambling to do this. And the first deadline is for those of you with one of these certifications in Virginia. And that deadline is October 27th. So that is 10 days from tomorrow. I am no longer accepting any more clients that need it in Virginia because I just simply don't have enough bandwidth. So for those of you who are signed with me, you are fine. No problems there. It's just I can't volume-wise do anymore. The next deadline is DC, and that is October 31st. Now, folks who have DC certification are also very, very likely to have Virginia certification. So I don't imagine that there's too many that have DC but not Virginia. But if there's any of you out there, I should be able to take on some of those because there is, extra time there. And then the third and final state to announce a deadline is Illinois. So that is obviously a big one because Chicago is huge and Illinois is a very large DBE program. And that is due on November 24th. And of course, I am still accepting clients for that because I will have plenty of time. As of today, this is October 16th. It's about 10:30 in the morning. I am not aware of any other states issuing deadlines so far. When and if they do, I will certainly let everybody know. But I am working with clients in the other states that haven't announced a deadline. I'm still going to be working with them to get their personal narratives ready to go so that they are ready to submit. So I also wanted to give those of you who are trying to go at it alone or who perhaps have a Virginia deadline that I can't help you, try to give some more tips. So in my last video, I gave 5 tips for writing your personal narrative, and I'm going to give another 5 tips here in this video. So first, even though it is social and economic disadvantage, it seems from all the guidance we're seeing come out that they really want you to hit that economic disadvantage really hard. So you want to do that. You want to think about how all of these things affected your ability to accumulate wealth, savings, to fund your company. Maybe you're getting loan terms that are outrageous or not appropriate. For instance, I have one client with an excellent credit score, and she tried to take a loan for the business, and it was at astronomical interest rates. And so that is, potentially evidence of economic disadvantage. So really try to think frame and also think that several steps down the road, like the whole butterfly effect thing, how this one thing that happened there set into effect like a chain of dominoes that led to you still being economically disadvantaged now. Second tip, and this just cannot be emphasized enough. I mentioned my first 5 tips, but I'm kind of going to bring it up again and emphasize it more again. Detail, detail, detail. Name names if you can. Name companies that you dealt with that gave you a raw deal. Provide dates. Provide this. Actually, let's roll into my third tip. Provide documentation wherever you can, especially on the economic side of things, showing bad loan terms, showing inability to get credit or not enough credit, or anything like that. Any kind of documentation, or if you got emails or texts saying, not nice things to you, or telling you that, hey, we can't hire your business to do this. You didn't win the contract because you're too small and just don't seem to have enough experience. Different things like that. Anything that you can think of, we're going to want to attach as support to our personal narratives. And tip number 4 is just the facts, just only the facts. Keep emotion out of it to the extent that you can. Now, facts can also be written in a persuasive way that is not emotional, like, I feel like this was a horrible idea and they discriminate against me just because they didn't like me. And we want to try to keep it as factual as possible and as not interjecting maybe personal opinions so much, but portray the facts in a persuasive manner. And that leads me to number 5. Make your personal narrative easy to read. Nobody wants to read a wall o text. If you might have a whole lot to say and you write it all down and maybe it's great, but paragraphs are your friend. Headings are your friend. You think about, for instance, let's take just Virginia. They're our first lucky winners here of all these personal narratives. The people are going to have a huge stack that are reviewing this to get through. You want to make it as easy as possible on them to see the highlights, to pick up on the information that you're putting down, and to, by whatever rubric they are using, and I hope there's some sort of rubric and it's not just a gut feeling sort of situation. You want them to be able to award you points, check boxes, however they're going to be doing it. You want to make it really easy for them. So again, break it up, make it readable, make it read like a blog post, or, write it like you were writing. Don't write it on some crazy high level. Write it like a normal person and just make it really easy for them to read. So that's my update for today. I wish I had more. I don't know when we are going to be getting dates from other certification agencies. One other thing I did want to mention, because I've gotten this question a lot. Interstate process right now for these recertifications doesn't matter. It is not just your home state that has to recertify you. It is every state in which you have certification. Yes, I disagree that that is an administrative nightmare, that they could have made this so much easier by saying, everybody has to get recertified in their home state by X date, and then within, 20 days of receiving that approval, they must transfer it to every state where they have interstate certification. That would have been the logical way of doing things, but that is not how they chose to do things. So if you should receive correspondence from all of these different programs whenever your deadline is issued, but you do need to submit your personal narrative to every one of them. And make sure you read what they send you and follow any directions that they might have that is particular to them. And I wish you the best of luck. If you have a personal narrative that you need assistance writing that is not for Virginia due on October 27th, please reach out to me. I am flat feeing that with my clients, including sending you a detailed questionnaire that I developed that is proprietary. It's mine. I'm not sharing it with the world. And it's to help you come up with fuel for your personal narrative. Then I am preparing the personal narratives. And then I am having a meeting with you or telephone call for 30 minutes to talk about that and my follow-up questions and things where I might need a little more information. And then I'll give you a final draft with one round of feedback from you before we get to the very end. And I am also reviewing and commenting on personal net worth statements because those do have to be submitted as well. And clients make lots of mistakes there. So that is the update. I hope to be back in a couple days with more information for you. But again, I'm Danielle Dietrich, and I work with DBEs and ACDBEs on all matters involving their certification. Please like and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.